Hello, everyone, and welcome to day one of this masterclass series on quantum leaping into your soul aligned dream life. And today I really want to focus in on some of the cosmic shifts that are unfolding right now that are really leading to global change that we're all feeling and that we're in the midst of. So I'm going to give you some of the guidance around the astrology behind all of that. And then I also really want to focus in on helping you embody the energy of what a quantum leap is, what it means to really feel supported by the universe in what you're creating and what you're manifesting. So say hi as you jump on. Hello, Wanda. Hello, Shirley. Megan, say hi. I want to make sure my comments are working here. Lorena, Amanda, welcome. So when I initially scheduled this training, felt inspired to do this training, it was really before everything was kind of unfolding around the coronavirus and the effects that is having in the world. And I really even thought about, do I want to continue doing this training at this time? And I felt guidance so strongly that absolutely I do. Absolutely, this information needs to be out into the world. And more than ever, it is time to really go within and ask ourselves, what do I desire? What are my dreams? And am I staying aligned and committed to them? And not getting caught up in the fear mentality right now. It is so important. So I want to feel into that today and definitely, again, give some of the astrology behind the shifts that are happening so we can all together feel into the changes that are unfolding and how we can really work with this energy right now in its highest potential. Thank you for all the hearts and all the likes. So what I also want to begin with today, and maybe actually I'll invite you to share, if you're feeling guided to do so, what you are creating in your life right now, or even what are the emotions and the energy you are choosing to embody at this time. Because this is such an important lesson as well in terms of, regardless of what is happening around us at any given time, regardless of external circumstances, we always have the ability to choose our response and to choose how we want to show up, to choose how we feel. And when we really connect into that, we find our sense of personal power. And that's a big theme we're going to dive into tonight as well. So feel free to share. What are the emotions? What are the energy you are choosing to embody at this time? Maybe it's the energy of well-being, of love, of joy, of peace, of harmony. Whatever it is, really own it and claim it, and putting that out into the world is so key. So while you are doing that, if you're feeling guided to kind of put that in and really claim the energy that you're choosing to show up in and embody at this time, I also want to begin with a really powerful meditation that's going to help us get nice and grounded, and at the same time really connected into our higher self, our angels and guides. And anyone who has done work with me one-on-one or who has done an Akashic reading, you'll recognize the beginning of the meditation. I actually use this at the start of opening up the Akashic Records, and then we go a step further to actually open the records. But this is the beginning meditation that I use that really helps us ground into the energy of Mother Earth, releasing our fears, our stress, our anxiety, feeling support, feeling, and at the same time really grounding into our higher self and our highest potential and our cosmic team and our angels and guides. So I want to guide you through that powerful process. And the message right now that I really feel strongly coming through in the Akashic Records is to stay grounded into the wisdom of our body, is to stay connected to the energy of Mother Earth. Because when we're in a time of kind of uncertainty, which we are right now, not even kind of uncertainty, it is an uncertain time, we can go into a space of fight or flight mode, that fear response, where we're not thinking clearly and we don't quite feel safe, and a part of us wants to escape our body and that feeling of fear. But the message I really feel coming through is we need to anchor into our root chakra. We need to anchor, we are invited to anchor in to our body and to really connect into Mother Earth and to feel that loving, healing energy. So I want to guide you through that process. Megan, so glad to hear what class, right? It's like, should I move forward with this? And then I heard, of course, like this is absolutely perfect timing for this. Hello, Goddess Raylan. Hello. Maybe my comments just are suddenly also. We're going to go into our meditation here in a moment. And yeah, hello. I am safe. And I think that's really important to remember too. Like, we can fall into this belief that fear somehow protects us, or if we're in the energy of fear, we'll know what to do, we'll know what actions to take. But the truth is, the more we are staying calm and grounded to the best of our ability, the easier it is to hear our intuition, and we still take those appropriate actions. If anything, we can hear them more clearly when we're nice and grounded and connected. We hear our intuition and we know the action steps to take. Beautiful. Okay, let's dive into this meditation, and then I'm going to go into some of the cosmic guidance, the planetary shifts that are happening, and then really look at this energy of a quantum leap, quantum manifestation, and how to create this in your life. So if you're able to join me, you're not driving, it's definitely worth taking these few moments just to really ground in. So simply close your eyes and take a moment to connect into your breath. Just allowing yourself to really ground and be present in this moment. And begin to feel into your central column of light. And this column of light flows from above the crown of your head, all the way through your body, through your energy centers. And send this column of light like roots of a tree, down through your legs, out your feet, and into the floor, and traveling all the way down into the crystalline core of Mother Earth. And feel yourself really traveling down through the layers and dimensions of Mother Earth, connecting into the wisdom of your body, feeling yourself being held and supported in this space. And as you connect into this loving energy of Mother Earth, hand over your anxiety, your fears, your stress. Just hand it over to Mother Earth, who will transmute it into something beautiful. And I invite you to call in the energy of love, of peace, of harmony, and just feel that energy flowing up through your column of light, all the way up through your body, through that column of light until it enters your energy field, enters your body, flowing throughout every cell in your body, bringing healing and rejuvenation to every cell that is in need. And just really feel that energy as you ground into your body. Feel how supported you are, how divinely guided you are. And let's send this column of light up through the crown of your head. Allow it to travel all the way up past the stars, the moon, the galaxies, all the way up, locking into the energy of your higher self, the divine, your cosmic team. And with the power of your breath and intention, pull all that energy down through your column of light. Feel it enter your physical body, enter your energy field, mixing with the energies of Mother Earth so you are feeling grounded and supported, and at the same time open and connected to your higher self, your angels, and your guides. And bring this together, this energy together into your heart space, opening and expanding your heart chakra in love and compassion. And just radiate this love throughout every cell in your body. Radiate it out into your energy fields and out into the world around you. And create space to receive this love back into your experience. And just take a few moments to really breathe as you connect to your body and you connect to your heart space, feeling how supported, loved, and divinely guided you are always. And when you're ready, open your eyes, coming back into the moment. And let me know how you're feeling. So super easy. powerful practice that will align your energy centers really quickly, just focusing on that column of light. And again, right now, the message I hear, anchor that into Mother Earth, stay grounded, stay connected. Envision that energy of like fear, anxiety leaving your body and pulling in that new energy of well-being, of love, and then connecting that in to your higher self and like your cosmic team and that higher energy, and anchoring it down and just bringing that together with Mother Earth. It's so powerful because it connects you into your higher self, this broader perspective, and then at the same time that energy of Mother Earth. So I use at the beginning meditation going into the space of the Akashic Records just to get really grounded and really centered. So let me know how that is for you, and I hope you can come back and continue to revisit that meditation if you like, and anytime you're needing that quick energy realignment. Okay, so let's dive in with the astrology here. I have a few of my charts pulled up on the side because there's some main themes I really feel guided to kind of hone in on right now. So the big one is the Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter energy that's all happening in Capricorn. And as I record this video live today, we actually have the moon in Capricorn there as well. We have a powerful conjunction happening with the moon, Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn. This is huge, and if you've been following my astrology videos, you've likely heard me talk a lot about this energy of Saturn and Pluto coming together in Capricorn, and that exact conjunction happened earlier this year, and now Saturn has been moving on, but we're still feeling the effects of that. And so basically what this is representing is a breakdown of old structures, old ways of doing things, old power dynamics, old ways of making money, old kind of masculine energy structures that are outdated in order to bring in the new. And where we are right now is in the midst of that change. Like we're feeling that change kind of unfolding at this time, and that's where some of the uncertainty can be as well. But really trusting and knowing on the other side of that, we are coming out into a place of being more aligned to our highest and true potential, not just as individuals, but as a collective. So if we look at the energy of Pluto alone, Pluto is the planet, I was going to say of destruction, and in a way it is. It is the planet, another way to say this, it's the planet of transformation. So part of that transformation is a breaking down of all that doesn't work in order to bring a rise to the new. And so we're seeing that right now. It's like that phoenix rising energy. And where it's in the sign of Capricorn, Capricorn's very much related to social structures. It's a social energy. So, and it's also very much connected again to power dynamics as well. So what we're seeing right now with this transit is that invitation to really look at, there's a few things I want to share around this. So one is changes in power, and looking at where we have given our power away to something external and how we can find that sense of personal empowerment within. And even what's unfolding right now with, all these changes and this uncertainty that we're all feeling at this time, it's that invitation to go within. Remember that security and safety is something we produce within ourselves, and it doesn't need to be dependent on external situations. Because when we determine how we feel based on what's happening around us, it's a roller coaster. Like if things are going really well, we feel good. If they're not, we feel bad. But when we learn to regulate our emotions and we find that sense of power, safety, security within ourselves, that's when it becomes more stable. So Pluto is creating that shift right now. It's a breaking down in order to rebuild, and how we show up, not just in what's going on in the world right now, but at any time in our life, how we show up in the midst of a transformation determines how it plays out. It determines who we are on the other side. So really feel into that. It's such a powerful lesson we're getting from this cosmic energy right now. And with Jupiter in the sign of Capricorn as well, very close to kind of Pluto and Saturn and these energies of breaking down in order to rebuild, Jupiter shines a spotlight on what is working, but it also helps us see what isn't working, make those changes so we can come out on the other side of it. So really taking a look at what hasn't been working in our society around different power dynamics, around how we exchange money, around how we earn money, and breaking that down to find a way that is more aligned to where we are today in our culture and society and where we want to go. So these are powerful planets bringing powerful transformation and change. Let me know if this is resonating or what. That meditation, feeling more calm and relaxed and beautiful. So this is powerful change. These planets are bringing really a primary focus right now. And this is happening in your birth chart somewhere too. So we're seeing these changes in the collective, this breaking down in order to rebuild, having a spotlight on what isn't working so we can create that change, and learning to find a sense of stability and comfort within ourselves during that process of transformation. So huge. Transition, yes. So someone wrote that in the comments, Raylan. Yeah, it's a time of transitioning, right? And how we show up is so key during that time. And this is also activating each of our birth charts in a unique way as well. So we're seeing these collective changes, and we're also seeing this on a very personal level in whatever area it's activating in our chart, where we are really undergoing that massive transformation and invited to have this courage to release and let go of what isn't working in our life in order to call in the new. And that takes courage, because we hold on to what we have in our life even if we know it's not our ideal, because there's a sense of comfort and safety and we feel it's served us to some degree. But in order to get to our next level, it's that releasing in order to receive. I talk about this so often with my one-on-one clients. How can we let go of what is in order to allow the new in? So we're seeing that very much on a global scale right now as well. Okay, let's tune in a moment here, Michelle. We can transform my minutes. All that transformation. Okay. So really feeling that. So that's the first thing I'm seeing in terms of the astrology right now. And Saturn, so let me just take a look here at these charts. So on the 21st, it's going to enter Capricorn or Aquarius, sorry. So Saturn's been in Capricorn. It's going to enter Aquarius. It'll retrograde back into Capricorn. But when Saturn enters Aquarius, and later in the month, Mars is also going to enter Aquarius as well at the end of the month, we can really see some new developments coming in. Just to relate it to kind of what's happening in our world right now, we can see new advancements, technological advancements really coming in. We are encouraged to really connect with one another. And I know like a lot of us are in physical isolation right now, but globally we're seeing the connection where we are reaching out. We're seeing people stepping up and, offering that support, that guidance, that insight. And, there's so much love that's there for us to tap into in this situation as well. And when Saturn moves into Aquarius, we'll see more of that, more advancement, new information coming in, new regulations coming in, but also this deeper desire to connect and come together with one another. So that shift's going to be happening at the end of the month, which will be really powerful. And so another thing in terms of the cosmic shifts in the astrology right now is we have Black Moon Lilith conjunct Chiron in Aries. And I don't talk too much about the asteroids, but they're actually very connected into the goddess energy, which is really neat. And Black Moon Lilith is like the wild, untamed goddess energy. And it's another thing that's really feeding into this idea of transformation right now. So it is conjunct Chiron in the sign of Aries, and Chiron is the wounded healer. So Chiron is where we hold like pain and discomfort or trauma that's meant to be transformed into our greatest strength. So when we see how that's playing out collectively right now, we see shadows coming to the surface in order to be healed, and so we can move forward feeling stronger and move forward feeling more aligned. And what I love about Black Moon Lilith as well is it's similar to the energy of Pluto. So where I talked about Pluto in Capricorn bringing about that breakdown of structures so we can rise into the new. Black Moon Lilith is similar, but it adds that feminine quality. And it reminds us that life is about cycles, right? There's these cycles that we go through, and to embrace each aspect of those cycles, each aspect of the change, even the darker shadow aspects. So really powerful that we're seeing that transformation being shown in like different areas of the cosmos right now, and different planetary shifts are really strongly pointing to that. And having the courage to look at how we show up in the midst of that transition, in the midst of the change, really being honest with ourselves about the emotions we're choosing to embody, how we're choosing to look at situations, and trust, again, life is in cycles, right? Everything passes and we move on to something new. So really powerful energies. All right. So I want to check in on the questions here for a moment. Thank you for all the hearts and the likes. Feel free to share this out as well if you feel this could be beneficial for somebody in your life right now. Nicole, I also feel it's a huge time to reflect. Yes, and to manage the moments you feel you don't have or get enough of. Absolutely, yeah. It's really that time to go within, for sure. Definitely. Kate, feeling more less bad. And when I see or hear about that, it leaves me wanting to ignore the message. Yeah. Good out there, right? For us to tap into. Michelle, Black Moon Lilith, goddess shifting. Yeah, Black Moon Lilith is really fun to even study in your unique birth chart, because it shows where that wild goddess energy wants to be expressed within you. And of course, it's showing up strongly right now in that collective right next to Chiron. So we got Black Moon Lilith, that wild goddess energy, next to Chiron, the wounded healer. So inviting us to heal by looking at the shadows, and, even just that comment within. Right? Like it is a beautiful opportunity to do that work and to become really aware of what some of our fears and our mindset is that isn't serving us, and giving us the insight and the ability to shift that. We can always shift and change. Okay, so those are some of the main cosmic shifts. We are coming into Aries season as well, actually. Aries season coming up on the 19th, which I believe is tomorrow. We've got the sun moving into Aries, and that's like beginning a new astrological year, beginning of a new cycle, and will activate this Black Moon Lilith and Chiron energy more, having the sun in that area. So we can see more of these shadows kind of emerging, but remember that underneath that, it's that call to connect to our internal power, connect into the wisdom of our body, and remember we are always being divinely guided, right? And finding that safety and security from going within. Oh, thank you, Michelle. Sending love your way. All right, so I kind of want to shift gears a little bit here, but keeping in mind some of these cosmic shifts, these cosmic changes that are unfolding right now in the universe. And I never use astrology in a way that kind of determines our destiny, because I think we have free will. We absolutely have free will in how we respond to these changes that are taking place. But astrology is such a beautiful tool to give us kind of that framework of what is happening and what is unfolding. And then we have free will in terms of how we respond to these changes. Like we get to choose that, which is beautiful. And how we respond to that determines the outcome. So it is that time of transformation. It is that time of shifting, and we're seeing that cosmically. So I want to talk a little bit about this energy of quantum leaps and really embodying that in your life. So one of the paradigms and structures that we are seeing breaking down right now as we build the new is around how we manifest and how we create in our life. So the old paradigm that we've been used to working in for a long time has been this idea of relying on our actions alone. Or, hearing this phrase that I just have to work harder in order to get the results I want. And it leaves a lot of us feeling confused, because we can look around and we may be taking similar action to other people that are getting different results than us. So that's the old paradigm of creating and manifesting, is relying on our action alone in order to produce a result. So when we're talking about quantum leaps or quantum manifestation, we're rising above just the action and we're looking at the energy behind our actions, and having that be more important than the action alone. And that's a huge shift as a collective. Let me know if you resonate with that or you're feeling that. This is a huge shift around seeing our ability to manifest is not just on the amount of time I have in the day or the actions that I take that day. And we're beginning to feel into, it's my frequency, it's my energy. And am I opening up and am I willing to co-create with the universe, or am I relying on my strength alone? Because when we just rely on action to produce different results in our life, it's like in a way we're cutting ourselves that universal support that wants to flow through us. So we have this idea in our mind about how long manifestations are going to take based on our history, right? Like how much money I make in a month. For all of us, we have an idea of what that is and the action that's involved in order to do that. Can be in all areas of our life, right? Or in order to lose weight, this is probably the action I need to take. This is how long it's going to take. But when we're working on that level of the quantum, we're working with frequency and we're working with energy. It's not just relying on those actions that we are taking. It's the energy you are generating from within and that the universe is matching. So it's a whole different ballgame, and it allows manifestations to come much more quickly when we're relying not just on the action piece, but putting more emphasis on the energy and the frequency and allowing ourselves to be supported by the universe. So it doesn't mean we take actions. Like, I think taking action is such an important part of our human experience, right? We want to take action as part of the joy of being human. But when we're really looking at speeding up our manifestations and calling the things we desire into our life with greater ease and more quickly, we have to move beyond that to frequency and energy. And this comes back to that conversation of generating it within instead of just responding externally to what's happening. Because if we look at our past, we're just going to continue repeating the past, and that's where old patterns come in. But the past, I love to say this, remind myself of this, remind my clients of this. The past is no indication of what is possible for you. It's just simply a result of the energy, your mindset, your actions, but it's not an indication of what's possible. So with quantum manifestation, there's a detaching from those old patterns, the old mindset, the idea that things have to take this length of time, and it's tapping into a new possibility. And that takes some work. That takes tapping into our power as like a creative being, our creative power, and looking beyond the actions of the past or the results of the past and feeling into something new. So that's a huge paradigm shift we're seeing, even as part of Pluto and Saturn coming together, breaking down those old structures around how we see our ability to make money and create. That old way of relying on our action alone is fading out, and more of us are seeing, I get to rely on my energy, I get to rely on my frequency, I get to co-create with the universe. So with you just jumping in, I love to welcome people as they jump on. Kat, hello. Angela, Shannon, hello. Yeah, this is the first thing really keep in mind when you are looking at quantum leaps in your life, or really calling in those things you desire, is becoming very aware of the energy and the frequencies that you are generating within you, and having that courage, that ability to detach from the old patterns, old mindset. And we can learn from our past situation, but we don't want to become so attached to it or create stories around, this is what's possible for me, this is where I have to stay because it's what I created in the past. No, there's so much more available to you. And it's fully just believing that and knowing that and having, again, that courage to remember your creative power and the ability to not just respond to circumstances, but to generate internally how you're choosing to show up and how you're choosing to feel, and making that choice each moment of the day. It's not just something we make that choice once and that's it. It's a choice we make moment by moment. Am I just reacting or reacting to what's happening, or am I choosing this is how I show up? And that's what manifestation really is about, right? At its core is being able to see beyond what is to what is possible, and giving more of your focus, your mindset, your energy into that space. And that's when you will see the changes unfolding in your life as well. You beautiful. Karen's in my area. My incredible massage therapist and energy worker. Okay, so this relates as well to the idea of infinite possibility and potential. And this is where I want to bring in some of the lessons and insights from the Akashic Records as well. So the Akashic Records is basically this energetic realm we all have the ability to tap into that has the codes of existence. So all throughout our past lifetimes, the history of that, as well as future possibility and potential that we are still creating, right? So the first lesson I really learned when I entered into the Akashic Records was feeling into this energy of each moment holding infinite possibility and infinite potential. And what determined the results I was getting in my life was what I was locking into. Because every thought that's ever been thought, it still exists. There's the energy, there's a range of what we can tap into, anything from like despair, overwhelm, to joy and to love. Like they're all available to us. Those are potentials and possibilities. But what determines what we create is that energy that we lock into moment to moment. And really, when you're creating quantum leaps in your life, it's more and more being in that energy of infinite possibility and infinite potential, and even feeling into the excitement of that. And that's a really, I know at a time like this where we can feel all the uncertainty and get caught in fear, the other side of that is the positive what ifs, the positive what if possibilities. And that always exists in our life. And when we're in that energy of asking questions that elicit new information to come through and best case scenarios, it shifts everything. So really even look at how you're embodying that energy of infinite possibility, infinite potential, and how that's being activated even through the questions that you ask. Because that was another lesson I really learned from the Akashic Records, is the questions we ask determine the answers and energy we receive. When we ask really good questions, we prime our brain to go to work answering those questions. So that's like a really practical tool you can use in looking at what are the questions I'm asking, and do I want the answer to that question, and really challenging ourselves to be in that energy of asking good questions, be in that energy of infinite possibility and potential. And the more and more we are in that energy and that space, how these quantum leaps can really unfold in our life. Like, just to share, if anybody, I know there's records, if you want to share like your experience in that space, that would be amazing. It's incredible because it rises us above the ego, the fear mind, our lack mentality, the stories we've collected on our human journey and experience, and it helps us see it from a broader perspective, a new point of view. And I remember when I first started doing work in the space of the Akashic Records, like, so much changed in my life that year. Like, I had doubled the income in my business, which was huge for me because it meant I could leave my part-time job and step into my business full-time. So it was like a life-changing thing. It helped me really align with like the message I was here to share and what I was here to do, and like create Facebook groups that felt aligned with that, and like everything felt like it sped up in a way. It was like this quantum manifestation, but not in a rushed way, in a way that just felt really aligned and divinely guided, and like I was in that energy of co-creating. So it was no longer just trying to force things with my action alone. It was that energy of allowing myself to be fully supported. So really feel into that energy, and let me know what's for you around that. Okay. Rebecca, hello, beautiful. Welcome, welcome. Okay, awesome. So let me know if there's any questions coming up around this, and we're going to go deeper into this each day. So basically, this is just the first part of this masterclass series. In the second day, which is tomorrow, I'm going to dive more into the releasing our energetic blocks and just being able to kind of instantly be a match and be magnetic to our desires and really take a look at that. And yeah, we're going to go deeper with this idea every day. But today I really wanted to feel into some of these cosmic shifts that are unfolding and get an idea of what it actually means to be in that energy of a quantum leap and be in the energy of infinite possibility and potential. So tomorrow's training is going to be on my business page. So if you're not following me there, hop on over to my business page. That's where I'll be live tomorrow at the same time. And we'll really dive into this idea of energetic blocks and how we can just rise above them, rise above resistance, rise above energetic blocks, and be that magnet to what we desire to attract into our experience. So you're just and the replay is going to be up and posted. Michelle, I am feeling the shift. I feel so excited. Awesome. Allowing self to be supported. That is so key right now. Allow ourselves to be supported. We don't need to rely on our human strength alone. The entire universe is here wanting to back us up, wanting to support us in this process. So huge. Yay, Kate. I'm looking forward to it as well. It's a big one. So I'd love to dive into it now, but I'm like, okay, we'll wait till tomorrow. That's why I wanted to spread out this training. So, and then the third day, my Facebook group. So yes, more goodness to come. Thank you for the hearts and the likes. Feel free to share your main takeaways or insight from today. And if you want to go deeper with any of this stuff, I am taking on clients for my one-on-one program, the Cosmic Activation. So powerful. So we will do work together in the space of the Akashic Records in the Cosmic Activation. So basically recalibrating your energy to its highest potential. If you are a spiritual entrepreneur, really helping you gain that clarity by working in the space of your Akashic Records on your services, the programs that you're here to offer, receiving abundantly for your soul work in the world, because we are meant to receive abundantly for our soul's work. I truly believe that. It's all about that energetic exchange. Part of the Cosmic Activation as well is really diving into your unique astrology. So all the cosmic shifts that we talked about today and how they're influencing the collective, they're also influencing your unique birth chart. So we can really dive in and take a look at the lessons you are being initiated into, how to work with this energy and its highest potential for you and your goals and where you are being called in your life right now. So powerful, such a game changer, bringing astrology and the records together. So send me a message if you want more details on the Cosmic Activation and doing this one-on-one work together. And if you're just feeling in need of that complete energy reset, recalibration, and some channel guidance from this sacred space to support you and support your journey, reach out. I'll give you the details on that, and we can just chat about it in Messenger and see how it can support you with where you are in your life right now and creating that soul-aligned dream life. All right. Oh, I'm excited too. Will there be a replay? Yes, Sharon. I am going to keep all these replays up. So again, they're going to be in different spaces each day. So this one is obviously on my personal page. We're all here now. Tomorrow will be my business page, and the third one will be in my Facebook group. But I'm going to keep the replays active for all of them. So absolutely. I want this information just to be out there and to support people. And yeah, just some final takeaways with this. Really, just going to tune in for a second. Remember, now really is the time to step up and say yes to your desires. Now is the time to step up and say yes to your dreams. All is well. It's our ego that goes into a space of fear and panic. It's okay because we're human and we all experience it. So there's no shame around that. But it's simply just knowing we can return back to what our soul knows to be true. We are supported. We are loved. All is well on that soul level. And saying yes to your desires at this time is a very high vibe energy that benefits the collective. Say yes to your dreams, say yes to your desires, make them that priority in your life because you are worth it. You're deserving of that. All right, goddesses, thank you so much. Sending so much love and light your way. And I will see you all tomorrow for the training. Bye for now.